Hey, it's Jaime and Jeremy from Guildbrook Farm, and we take you along on our journey to become more self-reliant, and this is our off-grid cooking series.
Yep, and today we're going to test rocket stoves. We've been testing all kinds of different ways of cooking off-grid. Today we're going to test the difference between a DIY homemade rocket stove that I made out of a turkey fryer last year versus a commercially available EcoZoom Versa. So last year I created a rocket stove out of a turkey fryer. Does a little DIY project and it works. We burned oak in it and we made a pot of coffee. If you want to see that video. And now that we're doing an off-grid cooking series, we decided we wanted to try a DIY homemade rocket stove compared to a commercially available rocket stove that you can buy. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to use the EcoZoom Versa. And the reason we bought the EcoZoom Versa was it had a lot of really good reviews online, and it burns all kinds of different fuel. You can use charcoal and wood, biomass like corn cobs and cow poop. This thing will burn whatever you can light and get in there. So we decided we will do a cook-off, and we're going to cook one of our favorite meals.
It's we're going to do a pan-seared mahi with some rice and peas. It's a real simple meal. It's really great for a hot summer day, and it's like 91 degrees today, kind of a really abnormal fall. So we're going to get both these lit using the exact same fuel, and then we're going to go inside and prepare a fish, and we're going to take you along, and let's just see how these work. All right, so this is the fuel shelf. Because we have this on two different levels, we have a brick here to kind of level it out a little bit. This is the damper door. This is our wood fuel door, and we're just going to prop that up like that. And then we're going to load up the chamber of our EcoZoom. I have a homemade fire starter here. It's just an egg carton with some wax and some dryer lint, piece of string, I think it's a candle string, and some wood chips. We'll just stick that in there. Stick a little bit of hay. Give it something to catch on to. And a couple pieces of twigs here. And we're just going to get a couple other sticks ready for loading whenever it lights. We're going to do the same thing to the other one.
All right, this thing has been in the shed for about 6, 7, 8 months, and it's got hay in it and all kinds of mess. So we're just going to burn that out. I'm also going to use one of those handy fire starters. I'm just going to drop it down in the top. Now this has a little fuel shelf that I made out of a old piece of gutter guard. And that just keeps the wood up so air can go under. And I'll use a little bit of hay. Just stuff it down the top. And I get some wood ready. Hay burns good. Put our fuel shelf on. Some wood in there. Put a big old chunk. Something should catch.
All right, we're gonna get mine started. All right, these things both lit pretty quickly. We're gonna go inside and get our food ready. I'm just gonna season this simply with just salt and pepper. Just a little bit on top. Again, this is mahi. These are just frozen fillets that I thawed out. If you guys have fresh fish, even better. All right, now we're gonna make a tartar sauce to go on top. And I like to use a little bit of yogurt and mayonnaise. I don't just use yogurt because it tends to give it too sweet of a taste. You want that fat from the mayonnaise. So I'll use about a tablespoon of yogurt, maybe a little more than that. And about the same amount of mayonnaise. And if you make your own mayonnaise, even better. Now I'm going to add a little bit of sweet relish, probably about half of a tablespoon or a teaspoon. And we're just going to add a little bit of onion. If you don't like onion, you don't have to add it. That should be enough. A squeeze of lemon. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. And then I'll just stir this and see what it tastes like. Not bad. Needs a little bit more salt. And a little bit more lemon. Perfect. All right, now for our rice, we're gonna cook these in identical pots. So I'm gonna put a half a cup of rice in each one to make this fair. There we go. I'm gonna put a half a cup of peas in each one. Pinch of salt, and then 1 cup of water in each one. We're gonna give them each a stir, and we're gonna go put these on first.
Okay, mine's starting to catch again. This is going pretty good. The only thing about rocket stoves is it seems like you have to really stay on top of it and tend the fire because it uses such small amounts of wood and it burns fast. So, but it makes a really good little hot fire for a skillet or a pot.
All right, we each got our fires going, so we're gonna put our rice and peas on.
Do we leave the lid on?
Yep. Oof, mine's hot. I'm gonna have to damper mine down a little bit.
This fire is going to melt this handle because the hole is bigger around than this. So I don't know how we prevent that from happening. Because this hole is too big. It's bigger around than this
If it
pot.
melts, it melts.
What? So I'll just kind of set it on the edge, I guess.
Just don't watch it doesn't tip in.
No, it won't. Okay, that should work. All right, I guess now we just have to make sure our fire's...
Put your tab up so you can grab it easy.
Oh, okay. My tab. So this is drafting pretty good. It's getting air and the fire's burning pretty steady. That one's going crazy. It's burning really fast and really hot.
I put a lot of wood in there.
Yeah.
Maybe too much.
Well, you can pull it out a little bit and it'll regulate.
Oh, hot pad.
Sure. So how long does rice usually take to cook?
Boil?
So that's all.
Oh, it takes 20 minutes to cook. So
once it starts boiling?
yeah, we can leave the lids off to see what's faster.
Well, won't that take longer with the lid off?
Yes, no, maybe. You can leave it off.
All right. Okay, let's see what we're working with here. Got a little fire down there. It's burning pretty good. See how long it'll take.
I'm starting to see bubbles on mine. Are you seeing bubbles on yours?
So this one is starting to boil already.
I'm gonna give it a stir.
This one is not, because I have so much space here. It's losing a lot of the heat. Because my pot is too small for my grid. So this is more suited, I think, for like a cast iron skillet.
Which we will bring up next.
Yeah. Let's try and move that. All right. That's better. That's a little more even. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes and mine is not heating up too fast. It needs to be like 212 to start boiling. And this one is going nuts. That will be cooked very soon.
All right, so this doesn't boil to death. I'm gonna take it off, put the lid on it, and just like let it cook under its own heat for like the next 15 minutes. I'll put that lid on, put it off to the side.
There we go. Now we're cooking with rocket stoves. All right.
Oh, mine's on my hand.
Mine still has quite a bit of water in it.
Yeah, it's all right. If you put the lid on it, it'll cook under its own heat. Or you can leave it on for a few extra minutes. It's up to you.
That was boiling pretty good. Okay. Now fish.
All right, we have our rice cooking under its own heat, and now we're gonna start the fish fry. Now I have, to be fair, I have two similar pans here. This is one that is made by EcoZoom to actually fit the EcoZoom Versa. And this is one that I had that's by Lodge, and we're gonna put this on the DIY rocket stove. I have some rendered lard here, because this works great under high temps. I'm just gonna put a little bit in each pan.
$260, $270, about the same, $270. Okay, both fires are about 270 degrees. Put our fish on.
These are the leftover lemons. I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit of juice on each one. Oops, you got a seed. You got 2 seeds.
Don't put seeds in my fish. So this weighs about 14 pounds, a little over 14 pounds. This weighs about 25 pounds.
It's pretty heavy.
It's full of wood ash as an insulator, which helps. I mean, I can put my hand on there for a while. That's pretty warm. That's hot. This is, like I said, insulated with wood ash. This is insulated with clay that has been baked into a ceramic insulator. It's about that thick. As you can see, it's this thick. And so it turns this into like a little forge, and it really distributes the heat well. My fish is stuck.
A little bit.
Oh, it's still good. So this has a little cast iron top, so it heats evenly. I like this little fuel shelf. Overall, it's a really cool little stove. It's nice and small and really efficient. Doesn't put out hardly any smoke. This is 1 foot by 8 inches. This is like 19 inches by 13 inches. And so, like I said, this one weighs about half as much as this, so this is definitely more portable. We're getting there. We're almost off grid. Like she said in the other video, we haven't used any of our like our stove or our oven or anything for what, like 2 weeks?
Well, with the exception of like the herbal videos, yeah, because I thought that would be a little weird if I were doing the herbal videos outside on our propane burner or on the rocket stoves. So we did that inside, but we haven't turned on our oven and
we haven't cooked a meal inside
we have not
for about 2 weeks.
Right.
Yeah. Seems done. Does that look done to you?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's plate up.
So they're both cooked about the same. It took about the same amount of time to cook both pieces of fish.
Mine looks better.
We dump it in the...
All right, we'll check my rice. Looks pretty good.
Did it finish cooking while it was in there?
Let me see. It's a little tiny but chewy. It's actually good. Want to do yours?
That done? Chewy?
A little chewy. We just got impatient. It just needed to sit a little longer.
Hungry. Put some goop on there.
Wait till that thing goes away.
What is that, a bee?
Yeah. More?
No, it's good.
Chicken and watermelon napkins.
So this is how we like to cook mahi in a cast iron skillet, pan fried. Very simple, very clean, very healthy.
Yep.
And
tartar sauce works on any kind of white fish.
Yeah, this tartar sauce is really, really good. Real simple meal. They both cooked up really well. The rice is a little bit chewy because we were impatient and hungry, but I think that stove is a little more efficient. It produces less smoke. It is a lot lighter and easier to carry around. But overall, they both performed pretty similarly. They did the job. I would recommend it. I'm glad we got it because now we have, you know, 2 burners that we can run 2 skillets on.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And in any kind of emergency or anything like that, I think that's probably going to be the one that I grab because this is just too heavy and bulky. But
yeah, and that has like 3 or 4 different pieces that it takes to get it set up. That just closes up and it has handles and it's easy to carry. So yeah, I would probably go with that one too. So if we have to bug out, we grab that and rock and roll.
So if you guys have built your own DIY rocket stove and you have any tips or tricks on what you use or how you did it, leave those down below. And if you guys currently use the EcoZoom Versa and you guys have any tips or tricks on this one, or if you've done a comparison like we have, I'd like to hear from you guys. Leave it down below. And if you guys have any questions, leave those down below as well. We'll try and get to them as best we can. I'm gonna eat this fish because I'm starving.
Me too. We'll see you guys in the next video.
See you guys. Thanks for watching. Mm-hmm.